Well, welcome everyone around the world, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone in between. I'm CJ Davidson, your chronicler for that other web show. Story for April 5th, I believe it is today. It'll get to you guys in a bit. Brought to you by Luscious Beauty Bath Oils, bath crystals, and wonderful massage oils. I am telling you, these things are incredible. You give great body massages with these, and boy do I. The bath crystals are great for after work. My lady Karen Murray swears by them. And the glycerin bars I love myself because you get to do wonderful showers and bath with them because they make your skin feel really cool and soft and young and, well, just look at me. I just look wonderful, don't I, man? All right, also brought to you by Ambassador Program, which I'm on, from Dr. Berg, LASIK Surgery. Give me an email at davcomcj@aol.com and I will hook you up with LASIK surgery. Look at these puppies right here. You're looking at a brand new set of eyes. I haven't been able to see without glasses since I was 6. You can ask my mama. Look at this. And if you call me now, you'll be able to get $200 off at least. I think it's even more. $200 off at least for laser surgery LASIK. It is wonderful. Let your eyes see again. I am telling you, man, it is the okie dokie. For April 5th, 2009. I don't know if you guys are going to get this by then, but we're certainly going to try. Hey, welcome back, everybody, and thank you for joining me. I also want to say that George Bush has been offered $7 million, probably he's accepted already, to write his memoirs on, covering his presidency. It's quite detailed as it discusses Iraq, illegal wiretapping, his failed Hurricane Katrina responses, and the Second Great Depression he and Cheney plunged us into. But it's not too bad, it's quite instructional. It shows you precisely how to color inside the lines without going outside of the lines. Anyway, the debate on Too Big to Fail regarding the AIG debacle continues with its $1 trillion in corporate welfare. Newly revised figures of executive bonuses are $215 million. $215 million. We'll have more on that when we come back. But we found one honest AIG employee, executive among them, believe it or not. Brought us again by lovely Karen Marie. A good story. Thank you, sweetie. And our call was right on the Tim Geithner March 18th show. Bernanke admits to knowing about those congressional or those AIG bailouts, which is the same. We found out that it just keeps going around and around in political bribery, political action committees, excuse me. Fed Chairman Benoit Balls Bernanke and former Treasury Secretary Paulson escaped criticism as everybody unloads on the tax cheat Tim Geithner. Too bad. A little bit more. I'm not going to do much more on political. Larry Craig movie is in the works, if you haven't heard. His political life is being profiled and anonymously fondled in a movie coming out entitled Bound for Glory Holes. No? Okay. And those endless pharmaceutical drug disclaimers we'll be talking about is a massive brain hemorrhage, endless rectal bleeding, and a stroke really a good trade-off to clear up slight arthritis? I don't know. I'll let you be the judge. You're the audience. You tell me. And of course, here in local news, we'll be discussing Octo-Mom's new private security firm. It's the Alhambra Police Department. Congratulations, California taxpayers and Alhambra taxpayers. You now have the kids you never knew you had. Also, California. Did you notice? California is a lot like a big bowl of cereal. Sometimes you get the nuts. Sometimes you get the fruits. But mostly, you get the flakes. That's an old one, but let's hope we have no serial killers here in California, if you know what I mean. Panning for gold here in the Golden State, brought to you by our lovely Karen Marie. I'll talk about the best locations to find the mother lode. Another great local story. And we'll have a special tribute to World War II veterans and a little-known story called The Lost Battalion, coming right up. But first, a salute to our troops and a moment of silence for the slain police officers not only in Oakland, but 3 in Pittsburgh that just happened, and the civilian that was slain by the police in Oakland as well. as our troops. All right, God bless them all. Obama passes the corrupt Congress and takes his case to the people where it belongs. Mr. Elected Barack Obama harnesses the internet to reach the people who really matter. That would be you and me. We, the people. Why bother talking to Congress when they're not listening anyway? They only listen to lobbyists anyway. Have you even noticed that? You have the power, my friends. You. That's what he's using his huge popularity for. You know that. He's attempting to get the real people involved in politics, the people who vote for, American Idol. And as you can see, that whenever you go to vote, most of us voted for Barack Obama, what a historical difference it makes. You think that your vote doesn't matter. I'm telling you, people, it does. And you won't believe that the people who are, opposing him, it's incredible. But good luck, Mr. President. I'm behind you. I wish you all the success in the world, and I hope the American people will be able to understand what you're doing. Speaking of tranquility, I have a backyard here, and I use it sometimes to meditate, write, peaceful, whatever, serenity. It's beautiful. The sounds of nature engulf my consciousness, cleanse me of stress, and the hypnotic mating calls of the blue jays and all the other critters out here are very vivid, and of course it's spring, and spring is in the air. And so then the chirping gets a little bit louder, and it gets a little hotter, and it gets a little heavier, and it gets a little rougher, and it gets a little tougher. And then, wow, you can't even meditate without somebody out there fucking around. But anyway, another distraction story. They're trying to unload everything on Tim Geithner. He is what we're called the new Hillary Clinton now of the the Barack Obama administration. They always try to target on someone to distract them from what's going on, and it looks as though they're doing a good job of it. He is, one of the many tax cheats that we have. I mean, don't forget Newt Gingrich and Phil American Whiners Graham, who have also been caught on their taxes, but you don't hear about them now, do you? The toxic debt that everybody is getting ready to buy. Congratulations, you guys are now the proud owners of AIG's toxic failure debt. What about our toxic debt? Nobody's going to give you a bailout, are they? I don't think so. I'm going to try to be less political, though. I do try to keep you involved in the economic aspects, like the new catchphrase is legacy debt. The latest PR attempt to make you, the new purchase of worthless mortgages from homeless people now, that nobody will invest in. Nobody wants to invest in these guys because they are dishonest. It's a moot question. Why is their stock going below $10 a share? Why did Citigroups go below $1 a share for penny stock? Penny stock. This isn't worthless shit. This is money, people. This is a lot of money. And nobody questioned that whenever Paulson handed all that money over. Remember that? Oh, we got to do it. We're going to have the second greatest depression than ever, which we have. We already have that. And I don't know. Mismanagement. You've got to get rid of all those executives, not just the top. You've got to slice it away from the middle all the way up who are getting these $1 million bonuses. And you know who you are. Moving right along on the crooked policies. Why $1.2 billion $1.2 billion bailout money. $1.2 trillion in bailout. Can you believe that stuff? Purchased for AIG. We're going to buy all of that worthless debt, and then they're going to give it to the lobbyists, and then they're going to give it to the political action committees, the political bribery committees, that they just give on to the congressman. That's it. That's how America and Washington works. They take our money, they give it back to the congressman give it back to AIG and these corporate idiots, morons. Part 2. Before we get to part 2, yes, indeed, they are too big and they need to be broken up like Reagan did. God, I believe what Reagan did in the 80s. He broke up AT&T. If you remember, they're too big. They're going to fall, and they fall hard. We got to bail them out. We don't want to bail them out. If this is what he was talking about, being government too big to do all that stuff, he's right. But that means you also have to keep these corporations too big as well. They cannot be bigger than the government who helps them out. You know what they're trying to say? That debt, that toxic debt, they're changing it to legacy debt. But you know what's more appropriate? It would be called Bush Legacy Day. You've been watching That Other Web Show, Around the World to Everybody. I'm CJ Davidson. Be right back right after this, part 2.